Hello and welcome to Eat, Rave, Rest, Repeat with me, Simon Atkins.
And me, Pips Taylor. Today we are joined by Alana and Lisa, who are amazing DJs, presenters, and...
they're also sisters and founders of The Gut Stuff. Please welcome the Mac Twins.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So you guys are founders of The Gut Stuff.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to found that and what is it about? What's the initiative about?
So we live in a kind of hedonistic DJ lifestyle, and then we were volunteering for Twin Research, which is a research facility at King's College. So you basically go and you get a full body, like it's not like in medical research where you get paid £2,000 to take Viagra and you stay there for a week. It's like they basically use twins as a constant. The head of that is a guy called Tim Spector. He's like father of the twins. And he was like, do you guys want to have your guts analysed? So the Human Genome Project had just happened in the States, which is, you know, you can sequence DNA.
Yeah.
Well, they realised you could use the same technology to sequence your gut microbiome, which is like all the kind of the bacteria, pathogens, viruses. I'm not going to get too sciencey. Anyway, we were the first people to have that done. So they realised from our body that even though we have 100% the same DNA, we only have around 30 to 40% the same microbiome. So not only did that mean that it was environmental, you could change it, but also that even as identical twins, it wasn't affected by your DNA. So you can change your diets, and if we can't be told the same diets, no one can. We did a little YouTube series interviewing some of the scientists, because we were like, if like our kind of young 16 to 25-year-old audiences knew this sort of stuff, that it affected mental health and all that sort of thing. So then we set up the website purely, I mean, it was only called The Gut Stuff because that was, our pals were like, why'd you keep speaking to scientists?
One week we're like, you've changed.
Yeah. One week we're
You're supposed to be DJing. What are you doing speaking to
You used to be speaking, interviewing Ed Sheeran, and now you're speaking to the head of immunology at Imperial University.
So we set up the website, and then the New York Times kind of hailed gut health as the new trend for 2017, and it exploded.
And you're like,
so now we have,
niche.
Yeah. So now we have 7 members of staff that's about to grow to 12. And I think, like,
it's utterly impressive that you've got this amazing business, like employing actual humans and people, which is very responsible
and stressful.
And then obviously, you know, you've got this, as you said, like hedonistic DJ like lifestyle. How on earth do you manage to balance it?
Well, look at us today.
We haven't been doing very well of late.
Not been doing very well with self-care.
It's classic resting attire though. That's what we like.
Exactly. We're just chilling out in Pip's living room. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't manage it well, to be honest, at the minute. And we were trying to cut down on DJ gigs, but some weeks we have 4 gigs and we go into the office 7 till 7 and then we fly or get the train to wherever we're going. So we're working 20-hour days.
Wow.
And we didn't realise how much actually, like from a lifestyle perspective, that physically affects your body.
It's not sustainable.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we went to a gut health clinic, and ironically, we were like, maybe we want a gut health business, we'll be fine. And you get all your tests and stuff done.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, your white blood cells are really low, your platelets are so low that they've grown in size.
I think heroes though, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
So hang on, so both of you are
both
just...
of us.
Both of you?
Yeah, and
that's
then
weird.
Our cortisol levels were literally through the roof, which meant that our insulin production and all that was a bit weird. And they were like, when did you last have a day off? Like even half a day? And we're like, I'm like that in my diary.
Are
it was
you
5.5
kidding?
months before that.
So it's, do you know what, it's so important to look after yourself, person, when you're working. So, you know, what have you learned about your guts and what are you putting into your body to make sure that you're kind of like being the best version of yourself?
So like,
you guys probably have much more insight than anybody does now.
What we're actually talking about when it comes to gut health, like we are talking about our gut, but it's more about the microbiome. So the microbiome is the bacteria and all the different things that live in, around and on you, and they actually are the same amount of bacteria as your human cells. So when we found out that, we were like, oh my God, this is blowing my mind. But the reason we call it gut health is because the majority of them are housed in your gut.
Right.
So what we're eating has a huge effect on our whole health in general, health and well-being.
Well.
Exactly. And not necessarily what you eat, but what you absorb. So you can be putting lots of good things into your body, and it's not necessarily working for you. And it's so personalised. So there is like a few tips that we can rattle through.
General tips for everyone, we would say, for gut health.
We need some tips.
Yeah, everyone needs more fibre.
Oh,
what does that mean, like bran flakes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's a third of your. We're actually the faces of bran flakes at the minute. No joke.
Oh, for God's sakes! Plug.
Where's my life got? No, but there is lots of different ways. So, but fibre, basically, you're meant to have 30 grams, which is quite a lot.
Okay.
And we're only, as a nation, eating about 15. Bran flakes, for example, is a third of your daily intake. So if you get that out in the morning, bang.
Did not know that.
And there's soluble and insoluble fibres. So there's a type of fibre that obviously bulks your stool and helps you go, because you should be going once a day. Should be, but that's the kind of recommended daily poo rate. And the second thing is that it actually feeds the good bacteria in your gut. So fibre's got a double whammy.
So you can get it through all fruit and veg as well. But the sort of kings and queens of fibre are like the kings, they've got the most fibre in it, are Jerusalem artichokes.
They're like the kings and queens
Chicory.
of something called prebiotic inulin,
Okay.
which feeds the good bacteria.
Go
and then the
on.
other thing is variety. So you know, in this day and age, we have like meal prep.
Yeah.
And you're prepping things, or you go into a supermarket and you go, right, I know what to do with X, Y, and Z, but we should be having 30 different types of fruit and veg a day, because a week, because until we know what each bacteria do and like to eat and all that sort of thing, we're literally throwing at the wall. And your bacteria like to eat different things from you, so we're just having a wide variety of things. So we've got like all this on the site. We've got like veggie checklists and all that you can tick off.
Eat the rainbow.
Eat the rainbow.
Eat the rainbow.
And then,
where do crisps come into this? Because like, that's what I eat a lot of, and they've got to have some kind of fibre in.
well, popcorn actually has quite a lot of whole grain fibre.
Fermented foods, so that's good bacteria, putting them back in. So you can, that ranges from kimchi,
Love kimchi.
Kombucha.
I tried that with you
kefir.
guys.
yeah,
Really?
kefir. And then the kind of entry level fermented food is sourdough. So that's what we get our mum on, because she's like, that makes me gag, all that stuff. So like sourdough, because it's fermented. And then yogurt, as long as it's live.
Okay.
So just try and introduce as many of them as you can.
Can I just say, I do make homemade kombucha and
do you?
kefir, and
Oh my
you've been around my house.
Has it
Yeah.
ever tried?
And
Yes.
He's got
It's-
pots of it.
Yeah, we've got
God,
pots, and we just
amazing.
started making.
If
doing
you've
it.
got IBS, though, I would say anyone with digestive issues, start slow on the fermented foods. Like,
Okay.
don't just go from zero to hero with it.
Well, look, we want to talk about your music, but we do want to know, first of all, what you are eating.
Okay.
Kind of like, are you healthy Monday to Friday? I know you've got really hectic lifestyles. And then when you do indulge, what kind of stuff are you eating?
To be fair, I'm more like, rather than like a Sunday treat day, I'll just treat myself when I feel like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not strict with, like, restrictive or strict with it. Like, I don't, if I want a packet of crisps, I feel like them, I'll just have it. But
like
the majority of the
picky
time,
teas?
I'll be, you what?
Picky teas. You know when you get like
What's
picky
that?
teas, that's what we call like
What's a
when
picky
you-
tea?
Picky tea, when you get like cheese, meats, like wee bits and bobs.
Oh,
of it.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's my
like-
favourite.
I call that a snack attack.
See, it's snack attack.
They're the best sort of tea.
Yeah.
When we're home in Scotland, we'll have a chippy.
Yeah, like a battered Mars bar.
Yeah, well,
I
probably
used to
wouldn't
work
have
in
a
a chip
battered.
shop. I used to work in a chip shop, and when I was 13 and I got paid 50p an hour and they made me pay for my lunch. True story. And I used to work till 1 a.m. Hello, working class Scotland. And yeah, deep fried Mars bars. And the trip that I worked at, they used to have 2 deep fried Mars bars and chips for
Oh
supper.
my God. Have you put that on your website?
We only knew what kale was when we moved to London because we used to give it to the guinea pig for his birthday. Genuinely. Like,
Oh my God, I love that. Your guinea pig has a birthday.
Didn't know what an avocado was.
yeah, didn't know
until we
what
moved to
avocado was.
London.
Like, what is this green mush?
What do you know about kind of like poo and stool?
Okay,
and like,
so we're-
What's it meant to look like, guys?
Yeah,
It's
we've
gonna look
actually
like?
just launched
Here we go. What's the poo
a
stuff?
gut diary, and it's poo charts. There's a thing called the Bristol Stool chart. So we're doing that, but it's like our version of it. So it's like funny.
So it's like you go from poppets, you know, like the
Like
hard
poppets, hard
pellets,
poos. Yeah.
to like so runny it's not funny.
Okay.
Like
I
pure
love
diary.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, can we have a breakdown of what they are?
Yes.
Yeah. There's like a banana and
There's
Never
one that's
banana.
like porridge.
Yeah,
Porridge?
kind of, the
yeah.
consistency of porridge.
Consistency of porridge.
Oh,
and then,
fine,
then
so
we've
it's
got little
kinda-
charts that you can. Yeah.
I'm literally
You open the can of
visualising
worms, you
one of
open the
your
can of
porridge
worms.
poos in my
Yeah,
breakfast
yeah,
bowl.
yeah.
That's quite gross.
Yeah, and then we've got like little charts where you can circle what poo for what day and then take it to your GP and say, because if you go to your GP with a digestive issue, they're going to be like, go away and come back. What like, when have you been having the symptoms for? What have you been eating? Do you have any trigger foods?
Okay.
So we're
Create
giving
a
it all-
diary.
Yeah.
So,
So
that
then-
you can then take that
Got
to your
journals.
GP and
They've
be
got
like,
little
listen,
poos.
actually, thanks to the gut stuff,
Yeah.
I've got all of this down.
It also measures like how much work you're having, exercise, stress
Stress
levels.
anxiety.
When you guys are going out for a big night out, yeah, what are you listening to and how are you getting ready?
Like, set the scene. Where are you? Are you kind of like, are you in your house? Do you like to go to the pub to have a few drinks?
So we normally pre-game in a house. So I think
Pre-game,
that's yeah.
love
That's
Love a
Scottish
pre-game.
thing. Aye, I think
Scottish. We normally get all the girls together in one house, and we normally like someone will pick a cocktail and make it. So the latest one that we've all been loving is picantes. You know, the
Oh,
Soho House
no.
picantes.
With
My
tequila.
favourite.
So good,
With the
So I
chili.
made them the other night there on Saturday night, and they were boom.
Banging.
they're getting more and more
Banging.
sophisticated. It used to be like Vimto and Vody, and now it's like.
snake bite.
Now we'll have a picante. So our Dirty Martinis is a fave.
And
Yeah.
we normally
Love it.
put like a 90s R&B playlist
Oh, do you know what,
Like
Old
what?
school
Come on, like,
R&B.
give us
like
some
your
tunes.
Ashanti.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you know, remember Masters at Work? I want to shake your broom and take
yes.
it on. It's not shake your broom, take your broom. And that just makes me want to dance. It reminds me of when
When you were
and
like-
even like like Trey Songz Bottoms Up. It just reminds me of the time, you know, bottoms up, up, hey, what's in your cup?
Love it. Love it.
Thanks,
Loving these little rappers.
For some reason, it must take me back to when I was 22 and I used to go out, but
like
it still gets me pure
brings you back to when you literally did go clubbing every like,
and
weekend.
loved it.
And it gives you that sort of like nostalgic excitement, and you're like,
when the boy, getting ready. The boy that you fancy is going to be there and all
Get
that.
ready for a big night down the pub with a glass of red.
Having wild conversations about mortgages.
You know what I always say? The worst bit about going out is the getting ready part. I can't be bored with it. I just want, remember like Sabrina the Teenage Witch? She's just look in the mirror and boom, that's what I want. I just can't be
you just want to get straight stuck in.
Or just get drinking and that's it. But my like complete guilty pleasure song before I'm going out is Pitbull, Give Me Everything.
Oh, I hate it. And she tries to play it.
Wowzer.
I love it.
She dropped that in front of 80,000 people, hugged my knee when we were DJing, and I was like...
Did they love it? Did they love it?
Her face,
Do you know what I mean? But
I was
sometimes
actually
you need to
furious.
give
I
the
was
crowd what they
just
want.
literally went like this. Oh my God. I was like, underneath the booth, like, she's not just done that. Oh my God, you're actually kidding me. And
We
then
went mad.
live on the BBC as well, cameras everywhere, and I was like...
You were like,
I
God,
am not
our
being
career's
I was
over,
like,
our career's
no,
over.
I'm not
It
being
was
associated with this.
completely selfish.
guys, I have to say, Pitbull was actually, you're not going to believe this, my first wedding dance.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I Know You Want Me. We
my
did
God,
like
I
a
love
whole
that.
routine and we were like, I know you want me. And me and Tom were like,
Choreographed.
yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Kills me now.
Hilarious.
What's your idea of a good night out?
Well, complete opposite for Lisa and
So
I.
go on.
Okay, great. So go
Give
on,
us.
Alana, you go
So
first.
I like to go to like complete guilty pleasures, cheesy pop.
I'm down with that. I'm down with a bit of cheesy pop
Just
now
like
and again.
sing along.
Come on, Eileen.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
all that,
really?
like, well, we're not Come On Eileen.
Okay,
maybe
thank
more,
God for that. I was about to kick you out of the studio.
maybe
Exit
more
stage
like
right.
pop. Like, you know, like old school, Five, Britney, all that sort
Love
of
it.
thing.
Okay,
Just,
yeah.
complete guilty pleasures. Jeans, trainers, t-shirt, not giving an absolute hoot.
Who?
Yeah. Shit
Right.
what people, not giving a shit what people are thinking, just dancing away and that's it.
What about you?
I like hip hop and R&B, so I'll just go to like a bashment rave with my hair tied up.
When we come home drunk, we put on Hamlet in the musical,
And Moana.
Waitress the musical, and Moana.
Moana,
we're
the Disney
cool.
film. I still like The Weeknd House of Balloons.
And is that your go-to thing, like on a, say, a hungover Sunday or something
Yeah,
like that?
because it reminds me that my hangover and the mistakes that I made the night before aren't as bad, because House of Balloons is about like taking boatloads of drugs and waking up and not knowing who you've slept with and all that. And I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. He's woken up, so I'm like, oh yeah.
I just had a pint of vodka.
Yeah,
and
just get drunk at the
it's
party. And also, I think it makes me sort of relive my youth, you know, and it's like like those times, and I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm just
nostalgia plays a huge part in music and what your go-to music
Oh
is.
my
like,
God, it does.
Yeah.
It creates the story, doesn't it? That's
love,
the
like,
stories of your life.
Yeah, I like Music Soul Child as well. So Music Soul Child, his albums are like, some of them are really upbeat, but like just like soul, Maxwell, love all that. So yeah, just like chilled out soul vibes.
You know who I love on a hungover Sunday? Morchiba. Anything Morchiba. Morchiba when you're having a bit of sex. Great.
Simon's
I
into
love
the
a bit of
hangover sex.
Morchiba. I have to have some kind of music in the background.
ever
Just like
had
sing.
music on.
I always have
I've
to put
never
music
had
on when I'm having
music
sex.
on.
I'm like,
genuinely
okay.
don't think I've ever had sex with music
The lights come down, the candles go on, there's a nice
so
sexy
romantic.
playlist in the background.
In the zone.
No.
No, I don't think I've ever had sex with music on.
So what-
Maybe I'm
I
missing a
think
trick.
we've definitely done Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On, and then been like, this is hilarious.
Our friend, our true story, I'm not going to name the pop star, but our friend slept with a pop star and he put his own album on when they were having
Oh my God, that
And
is
once
so
I-
narcissistic.
Once I tell you who it is, you'll be like, aye.
Calvin Harris.
No.
Let's keep naming names.
Listen, if I was sleeping with Calvin Harris, he can play anything he wants.
Anything you want.
Was it Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran? Was it Ed Sheeran? Was it Harry Styles?
Why do you have such different tastes then? Because you're obviously twins, you've kind of like grown up together, but your music tastes.
Because they're not
on a
the
night
same
out.
people.
I know they've got different guts, but you are identical.
Biologically, we are, so it's like a freak chance with twins. It's like is it 1 in 100,000 or something? No, well, you're mirror twins.
I think it's much. I think the stat is much lower than that. But
Is it?
go,
Okay,
go
so
with
it's
that stat because it
okay,
sounds
yeah,
more
that's
interesting.
good.
Yeah, you're miracles. You're like,
but basically,
so
our
special.
eggs split like that. So we're mirror twins. So like my left side, my brain's stronger, Alana's right side. Our teeth are completely the opposite. We've got like the opposite.
I'm
bodies.
right-handed. Lisa's left-handed.
So for some, but Mum was like, you've just always been like that. Like I used to ask when we were 4, like, for the Motown cassette, and Alana would ask for Right Said Fred.
Or like, yes.
Or the Lion King. So I don't know if it's nature or nurture or what happened, but then I moved to London younger, so I guess I probably flexed the musical muscle. That was different. Like there was a different scene happening down here. Like a lot of the clubs were playing R&B, and yeah. So I think, and we first started out on One Extra. So, and that was probably for me.
But then when you guys are playing a set, do you bring in both of your musical?
Yeah, we do.
Tag team.
That's great.
Tag team.
That is.
Their sets
pleasing everyone.
are some of the best, like feel good, like everyone's dancing. It's like, honestly, I've actually warmed up for these two a couple of times and they come on and everyone's like, oh my God! And I'm like, for God's sake.
No, but I think it's just because I'm not cool in the slightest, so I don't know any of the latest new tracks coming out. Like,
Whereas Tip's like a curator. She's like
a curator. And I totally have lots of people that really know their music and know the new tracks that are coming out and know all the sort of underground people.
And we mix quite quickly, so we mix every 30 seconds. So that, and that's more so that we.
You see, I cannot do that. That's what I honestly. It's like your style of DJing is so difficult, and it's wicked. Like just the effect is just like constant, like energy and excitement.
I think it's just different skills, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like with house, it's just. You're doing more effects.
And you've got 3 hours.
You've got to do the build. Whereas this is just bang, 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 bang.
And now our sets are like 45 minutes an hour. So you just got to go get it all out. Whereas I would love the opportunity to have 3 hours to build a crowd and all that.
No,
and
you'd say that.
We used to do 6
Come
hour
and do it, guys. Let's do a night and we'll have like a proper like long. Let's have an 8-hour rave.
We actually started out mostly in Belgium and Amsterdam, which is why we had to learn to mix, because people stand and listen to you like this.
It's
really
random.
It's so weird. Yeah, and we used to do like Sunset Festival, so this was like Tomorrowland's sister festival, and we used to warm up the main stage when no one was there. So we'd warm up for like
People coming in.
Hardwell, like warm up for everyone, but
no,
people literally coming in, and then they were like, but then like Hardwell and Avicii and all that were on later, and the DJs that we warmed up for at the start used to let us jump on for a bit, when it was full, so it was like 30,000 people.
It's just difficult with DJing because like I love it and I love playing live, but we just weren't talented or skilled enough to produce our own music, because I literally had the logic brain and the technical brain, and Lisa had the creative brain. So if we were one person, we probably could have produced our own stuff.
Well,
but that's a difficult thing in the DJ world.
Would you ever like to do that?
We have done, so we can use Ableton, we make like mashups.
Yeah.
And we can like, obviously on Ableton we can use it well. But I think you have to want to be that. I think you have to want to be
behind me and tells me what to do.
And we want to play live. Like someone like Sigala is amazing and incredible, but he was like to us, oh my God, I get so nervous for playing live, because he wants to produce music.
Yeah,
and yes, he's good at doing live. He doesn't, whereas
then you guys want to be in front of the crowd.
Yeah, you guys are like live.
That's what we want. Yeah, that's what we want.
And the same with like people like Calvin Harris or that. He just wants to be in his, well, I was going to say his room, his now big, huge studio, making music. Do you know what I mean? I doubt he loves the live stuff.
Is it quite intense and quite hard working together because I know, like, I love my siblings, but I absolutely kill them.
Yeah.
To be working so intensely and closely together.
Yeah, it's taken us a long time to get into the groove of it. Like, we started working together like 7 years ago when we were 23, but we genuinely didn't want to work together. Like, I was meant to go and do law and business at uni, and Lisa was meant to do medicine. And we were meant to be at like
so far removed from what you guys are doing. Yeah. But you've actually I feel like you've come like that round with the good stuff. Yeah. I think that's like such a wicked thing to be doing and a really cool project.
I think as well that we always
matters, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we knew that we were going to be more than the sum of those parts type thing, because even like when we were DJing, that we wanted to create the DJ Battle Show, and that was a business essentially. And we've both like, business has always been like, I've wanted to know like the nuts and bolts and how things work and all that. So I think we always were we knew we would create something. And then the purpose thing came, like basically another reason we did the gut stuff is our dad died, and we're just about to get a new radio show, we're just about to get a new TV series and all that, and everything was just going, and our dad died of a heart attack.
Oh my God.
And we had to just go home and down tools for 3 months and just be with our mum.
Yeah.
And both our boyfriends at the time came with us as well, and I think that was like the thing. I've got actually like, you've got one shot, and if you need to do something with purpose,
it just puts everything into perspective, and you start to evaluate your whole life. Don't you?
And like what matters and what doesn't, and like, does interviewing music artists at festivals really make me feel fulfilled? And I think it was just like thinking what makes us happy, and actually what makes us happy individually, because that was like a big question that we've had to ask ourselves, like, is it the same thing?
Yeah.
If it's not, then
out of interest, what was that for both of you?
It was just to empower people, and just to empower people to be able to live the life they want to lead. Because where we came from, it was like
nobody gets out.
Nobody, like it wasn't like.
The opportunities aren't always there in those small peripheral towns.
And it was you'll go and you'll do your 9 to 5, and your work is somewhere where you make money, not that you enjoy.
And you're working to kind of like live, aren't you, rather than living to work.
You're living for the weekend,
and you just don't. And I think this is the problem. I mean, we're getting into social political stuff, but with social mobility, is that like where we're from. Like people that have been brought up from other backgrounds just know to add zeros onto things. So they know, like for us, 100 quid's a lot of money. So you'll just ask for 100 quid. You won't ask for that amount of money, or you won't be able to see, like when I first went to my guidance counsellor, I was like, I want to be a doctor. She was like, have you thought about speech therapy or physiotherapy? I'm like, no, I want to be a doctor. And like that there's a cap on stuff. And especially I think in Scotland, there's like a kind of self-deprecating thing that goes on. And it's difficult. And I think that's what we came to was just like, look, our dad worked so hard in order to give us the opportunities that he'd had. They had to remortgage the house for one of us to be in London because only one of us got to go. We both wanted to come to London. Yeah. And they were like, one of you can go, which is so bad looking back on it. But
and the other one has to stay.
Yeah. Literally, we can.
But it was good for us because it was great for us to find out who we were away from each other.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just taken us a long time to get there because we are completely different.
Yeah. What happens like when you've sort of had a big night out, you've maybe kind of like had a bit too much to drink on a school night and you've got to go to work at 7 a.m. How do you get yourself through an epic hangover?
I'm so bad at it.
We've all been there.
I'm so bad at it. Alana just gets up and goes. I'll roll around like, get the puppy, the puppy, I'm like cuddling him, and he's
so
like, just get away, mum. I just roll around.
You're just wallowing in self-pity.
Yeah,
I basically, when I get in 3, this is completely anecdotal, but 3 charcoal tablets.
No scientific evidence behind.
No scientific evidence
behind charcoal.
I am straight to the charcoal shop.
Straight to charcoal. Then I'll have a shot of probiotic.
But do you have IBS?
No, but everyone should be having probiotics.
Well, no, not everyone should be having them,
but it works for me.
Okay.
Shot of probiotic. Loads of water.
Yeah.
Has to have some sort of juice or something in it because just water when you're hungover just doesn't even
like a
Ribena,
like a
Ribena or a
Vimto,
or like a what are those orange?
A Barocca.
Like a Barocca. I'd swear by a Barocca in the morning.
One of them, and then
like, come on, this is
before bed.
No,
in the morning.
Fine, I try and have the charcoal before if I can think.
But we're the same as Pip. We've had nights out together, and we're always we're the Fun Time Frankies last men standing.
Yeah. We are. Fun Time Frankies is a good way to put it. But that's because I find it hard to go to bed when I'm having a really good time.
What do you do? Do you do anything to make sure that you combat the hangover before you go to bed? And what do you eat when you are hungover?
Gnocchi and pesto.
Yes!
Gnocchi and pesto. But not first thing when you wake up in the morning. You're not like smashing gnocchi.
She gets up at like 12, that's why.
So hang on a minute. I happen to get up at 6 now because we've been over thinking. If Alana gets up and it's like, hello, good morning, high five, hello, and I'm like, I hate the mornings. I'm like, don't speak to me till 10.
So if you're really hungover, are you prepping the gnocchi the night before and it's ready to go? Are you just getting up and just smashing?
Just smashing it in the face. It takes 2 minutes.
It takes no time at all, Simon. You should try it.
Sparkling water, and gnocchi.
So yours, but okay, so that's if you're wallowing. But what if you've got to go to work? And are you like, oh mate, I messed it. We've got loads of meetings. I'm feeling like shit. How do you do?
I mean, that would be a nice version. She's like, get out of your bed.
So she's literally dragging you by your extensions.
Yeah, literally. Quite literally. Yeah. But the thing is though, see when you've got a team of people sitting waiting for you, you just got to do it. And I think that's the good thing. Like, this is why I just got a puppy, and it's good because he's like, hi, I need food, I need to get up.
He's like, you can't come back home from the
I randomly crave when I'm hungover? Tuna. Every time.
That is
it's probably
quite niche.
That's so niche.
Tuna and squares.
I like tuna pasta. I've had, and also mackerel pasta. I like as well.
But not when you're hungover.
Mackerel pasta.
I mean, she likes the squares. Squares when you're hungover.
Discos.
Discos.
Yes.
I almost got.
I was at a wedding a couple of weeks ago and they had just big boxes of discos in the wedding.
Space Raiders and stuff.
And I was hammered, so I was getting myself right.
But it's like that way you have too many in the roof of your mouth. It's just like,
it goes
no skin left for days.
There's got to be some fibre in discos.
What else is your go-to grub when you're hungover and you just kind of know it's kind of like, this is my cheat day. I'm going to lie here and just indulge.
Salt and vinegar kettle chips. So anything salt and vinegar.
I like
any
kettle
sort of
chips.
Cheap mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
But what does our gut need when we're hungover?
Good stuff, like fermented foods and all that again, and like veg, and you just
very
need to
hard to smash
repopulate it.
kimchi when you're hungover.
I know.
Honestly.
Maybe about 3 or 4 o'clock, but not in the morning.
Yeah, but kombucha's quite good because it's refreshing.
Yeah,
water kefir. Water kefir. There's another thing called pineapple tapache, which is like fermented pineapples and water.
So fermented food's going to be good.
And just a Bloody Mary, just get right back on it.
Yes, hair of the dog.
Hair of the dog.
Down the pub for Bloody Mary. Probably
Bloody
not
Mary
a glass of red.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary roast done.
Just in summary then, we've got charcoal pills are really good.
Even though they have no scientific evidence whatsoever.
Kombucha, fermented food, and a Bloody Mary. If you're kind of really, you're wallowing, you're in a really bad way, what are you listening to? What's kind of like, what are you trying to get yourself out of that zone?
Or is it just to chill out?
I just put Netflix on and just try and forget my life.
Radio 4.
Do you?
Radio 4. I'm obsessed with Radio 4. I'm
with what's going on.
With Radio 4.
Every morning, but not on a hangover. I can't deal with the
It's good for perspective because you hear about world issues, then you're like, okay, well, this small.
Do you know what's really? My boyfriend listens to Radio 4 all the time, and weirdly, I've really gotten into it. And he listens to Gardener's Question
Oh my God,
Time.
Gardener's Question is the best.
And I'm not into gardens. I'm not into gardens, but I'm just sitting there listening on. This is so soothing, and I now know about my rhododendrons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're like, and my fox.
You don't have any rhododendrons.
We do at the back.
They're so fun, and you get the phone calls like, hello, my foxglove has been really wild for years and I can't quite get it under control. And you're like, I am now fully engaged in someone's foxglove thing. I'm like, I'm engaged. But also, I think it's a bit, when I first moved to London, I was in like a little room by myself. I used to put Radio 4 on because of the voices to help me get to sleep. So I think there was a bit of that, but also
the Archers had a kefir business, did they not? And the Archers.
That is enough to send you to sleep. The Archers is enough to send me to sleep.
I know,
I love it. I'm
boyfriend loves
invested.
that's why I listen to it all the time. But I get the whole thing. It does actually chill you out, even though I've no idea the storyline. That's quite niche, but I like it.
I love it.
I like it.
I knit as well. So
what do you listen? And what?
I knit as well.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, you knit?
Yeah, I knit.
Oh my God, I love that. Do you find knitting like quite meditative?
Yeah.
Is it sort of like part of your well-being?
Yeah, I can't. I'm the sort of person that will go, this is why I got the puppy as well, because I'll go home and just sit paralysed with stress like this, whereas Alana just goes bang, she's out, sleeping, whereas I stay up and regret every decision I've ever made. So I need to do an active thing.
And it is quite, I mean, it's good to kind of just slow down your mind and kind of just make you kind of more calm. What else do you kind of do to look after your mental health as well as your physical health? Because that's just as important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So there's big links, just as a side note, between your gut and mental health. They found loads of links, but I love yoga. I've done yoga for years. I've had arthritis since we were 7, so when I took myself off all medication when I was about 16, 17. When I moved to London about 10 years ago, found hot yoga and literally changed my life.
He's into it.
So into it.
Great in it.
I'm so into it. I just love the endorphins. I love the fact that you sweat so much, you get all the toxins out.
Even just not being on your phone for an hour.
Yeah. Even though you are killing yourself in all those kind of like poses.
Yeah, twisting
but
yourself
also you just feel quite like toned coming out of it.
Oh, I love it. I adore it.
Do you do yoga?
No, I do like spinning cardio. I went to Soul Cycle for the first time in New York last week. Have you been?
I've never been, but Pips hates cycling.
For me, I hate
Genuinely, I cried at Soul Cycle because it was
the so hard.
Thing. $36 a class though, $36 a class. So I was going, but I want a life-changing experience here, and it was.
But they do it in London, don't they?
It's just
open.
So they've got Cycle just like PSYCLE, but now they've got Soul Cycle is actually coming to London.
Why is it so amazing?
But it's like yoga principles. So like you open up your heart, you open your chakras. And this woman, when I was in New York last week, she did the class, not on the bike, she was in heels walking around.
Yes, stop it.
And the weight strap was like, to the honky tonk thing. And I was like, woo! And then it's just so, the whole thing is just like incredible.
What was it about the experience that made you cry?
I mean, there was clearly some thing that needed to come out. My boyfriend was like, stop telling people that you cried in a Soul Cycle class.
No, I like it. It's good because you
really open up your heart and stuff like that. And I think when you're running all like time, and then they did like Mumford and Sons' I Will Wait was a sprint track.
Okay.
So all the lights went down, and it was like she was
oh my God, it's
then it was like I will, and everyone literally got their towels like I will wait. I will. And
okay, I might try this.
Overwhelmed. Going to one of those.
We should all go together.
Yes,
let's go together.
We?
Yeah.
And then we could go on a Friday night and then go to the pub after.
Yeah.
For a wine and an
a bit of banter.
Just do stuff you enjoy. Like from such an early age, we always have this thing of like you're given something bad for you when good behaviour. So you're given a treat for good behaviour, and we see exercise also as this like
punishment.
Yeah.
You see it as a punishment.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you need to find something that you enjoy. Like that's why I do yoga or.
Say for example, obviously because you're so hectic with your schedules, like does like exercise come into like a daily routine or a weekly routine? Do you carve it out like you do your like, meetings?
I mean, I guess that's good. And we say that because we have flexible working hours for our staff, and we say to them like, come like do yoga, come in, stay a bit later, all that sort of thing. Like it's something that we've built into the business. When you're right, because you think, oh, what kind of perks do you want in your business? And actually, it's about how do we tackle inequality and do that, and how do you write things into a business that is about well-being? So we have like people that come in to do meditation for us all, and like, well, she is coming in and do meditation for us all and stuff like that. And you just go about what's important to us, how are you getting the best out of your staff, and I mean, the way we manage our staff, people might not think is thingy, but we're really personable.
Gals, is there any other kind of like lifestyle tips that you can give us? Stuff that you guys do to make sure that you live a healthy, balanced life?
Go out with your pals.
Sorry, say that again.
Go out with your pals.
Go out with your pals.
See your friends more.
Friendship.
Like our friends don't work in the entertainment industry. We don't like they're our pals from home, and they're genuinely. I feel like we went out with them all last night for dinner because one of them's moving to Manchester. And I feel so uplifted and light. When you meet, I'm like, so I think you're all incredible humans, and I think you're amazing. And it's like the reset button on life. Like when I walk away, I just go right, reset. My pals are incredible.
And you're
That's
not
what
thinking
matters.
about work. You're not thinking about your like crazy hectic schedule or like your, you know what's. Hecticness is coming up.
Yeah.
Just yibsy yabsy.
You just think about everything and nothing, eh? Yeah, everything and nothing, but there's also, it's just like laughter and hysterical laughter is, for me, is just, we get it, me and Simon,
it's
it's so healing, and it's like, that's for me the reset.
And the truest, you're being, like, this is going to sound wanky, but it's not meant to be, you're being the truest version of yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you're genuine, there's no holes barred, you're just literally, skin's ripped off, raw.
I just love, I think as well, like we were brought up with our cousins, so there was a lot of us. There's like 4 of us, so we like being around people. Like even when we go on the roadshow with our staff, they're all like, we're getting a family room, and everyone's like, no, we are not.
Like, but what? So basically, I think it's kind of like that. Being,
we've got
you guys are quite Celtic, and like I'm Irish.
Same thing.
So it's kind of like a lot of my friends in London don't get how close we are. Like I get on so well with my siblings, but sometimes we're like in each other's pockets, in each other's business.
Yeah. And your front door's open. It's like Peter's like, my boyfriend's like, your pals just come round and they never leave.
Yeah.
Like, they stay and then they're like, and it's just like open door all the time. Like